Good evening, chat. Welcome to the stream. It's Monday. It's Monday, chat. We're kicking off another week here. You know what that means. You know what we begin with on the weeks. Besides Monday, we play some Magic, and on those Magic Monday days, we play some Monday Mayhem. Happy Monday, chat. Let's get this rolling today. We're playing some Near Death Karma. We're planning to beat our opponents by playing Urborg, beating down with things like Blitter Blossom, and or winning the game through worships and near-death experiences. This is fluffy. Let's get this thing going. Let's do a deck tech really quick. If you're interested in the deck list, it is an Against the Odds from MTG Goldfish from a little while ago. We kind of ran into it. Quite honestly, we ran into near-death experience here. Near-death experience and decided that was a card I wanted to find a deck list. Is between this and some other card. We'll save the other one for another time. How does near-death experience read? It reads, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly one life, you win the game. Exactly one life. Now there's a variety of ways to get down to one life. We looked at Plunge, we looked at Spell Skites, we've looked at different pieces with other cards and so on and so forth. However, we have decided to go with the Goldfish's version. We're a little nervous about Bitter Blossom, but aside from Bitter Blossom happening here, we're playing an interesting Esper-like control deck focused around Worship, Shroud Creatures, Near-Death Experiences, and if we so choose, a little bit of Urborg and Karma. So let's go through the cards, give you guys a quick overview of what these cards do if you're not familiar with them, and then we'll get into our league game. We do play friendly leagues on Monday Mayhem. So let's get started. The deck has been tweaked just slightly. There's a few things I added just to make it a little bit different. I added an extra plains and an extra swamp. We have 24 lands though and 2 Shambling Vents instead of the original 4 Shambling Vents. So a variety of blue, black, and white. I also added an Angel's Grace here for obvious reasons. If our opponent combos out and then say Storm hits us and then the next turn we can near death experience, that's obviously a great thing. But it also gets us to that exact one life that we need to stay alive. Paths, Inquisitions, and Thoughtseizes, pretty standard stuff, removing creatures, removing cards from our opponent's hands. A Singleton Gurmag Angler in the event that we just power out a Gurmag Angler pretty quickly. We have Greater Oromancy to protect our couple key enchantments. We have Idyllic Tutor as well to go find those. We have Bitter Blossom that is a beatdown, prevents us from dying from a variety of creatures and gives us time to draw our near-death experiences. We have the Snapper, who's a turtle that's Shroud based. We have Wall of Denial, which is a giant wall that's also Shroud. We have Worships and Karma. Spice dialed up to 11. I know. I found this was like yes. So Worship prevents us from dying because we don't lose life. We go down to 1, and that's what the Shroud creatures are for. Shroud creatures are also good blockers. Karma, at the beginning of each player's upkeep, deals damage to that player equal to the number of swamps they control. Doesn't hurt us because it deals damage. That's the trick with Bitter Blossom is we'll lose life and die to Worship. Karma, we can deal damage. And with Urborg, we'll give our opponent some lovely swamps to deal with. And finally, Near-Death Experience, which we named the namesake card of this one. And it's when we go to 1 life, we win the game. Sideboard has some Disenchants, Stony Silences, or a couple Repealed, Negate, and Dispel, some more Inquisition, Duress, Supreme Verdicts, and Detention Spheres. Let's get this started, guys. This looks like a suspiciously 75 card pile of magic goodness. Magic goodness. Alright. Let's run it. We do nothing short of running magicalness here on Monday Mayhem from time to time. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. There should be the Goldfish deck list on the right side. Because of the sideboard and because of a couple of the singletons, it actually is longer. I just cut it off briefly so that we can have a little bit of chat on screen. If you guys don't like chat on screen, I can always get rid of it. And you can do exclamation deck list to get the sideboard if you'd like. Karma first match, 8 rack, get him. Yeah. I feel like I would build this. Something jank that works in theory. Exactly. We are going... So there are goals. We're not going to achieve all of them, but we want to win either through Urborg Karma, we want to win with a near-death experience, or we want to win with a concession of a Shroud creature in worship. These are our desires today. These are our desires. The other thing we could also potentially put on that list of achievements is Angel's Grace after our opponent combos and draw near-death experience. These are our desires. Our desires, chat. Alright, we found our first victim here. And we've lost the dice roll, so we'll wait and see what our opponent wants. You own Grixis Delver in Legacy? Ouch. You could also play a Tori Kirkle to prevent the damage from Karma. A Tori Circle? Something? Circle Protection White? Story Circle. We are waiting for our opponent to just decide if they'd like to play first or not. As Story Circle enters the battlefield, choose a color. The next time a source of your choice of the chosen color would. Okay. Zale Gaming, what's up, man? How's it going? How's it going? All right, we have a Bitter Blossom, we have a Path, we have an Idyllic Tutor, and we have a Shroud. Keep. Slam Dunk Hand. This deck wants us to win. All right, let's do this. Let's see here. What do I go with here? I guess Polluted Delta and Past Turn. Make us look like a real powerful control deck or something here. It's okay, I didn't actually play Legacy, but I had a Grixis Delver in a box with sleeves on it. Ah. Stickball Rust, make a deck. Show the world why it should be played. And then reap great benefits and karma and great values when you play said card. Our opponent had Arid Mesa leads with Hollowed Fountain after the fetch. Interesting. Plains to follow this up. Oh gosh. Why would you... Alright, we're going to respond to this, probably killing this. I can't let this go too crazy here. We have to go get, I think, a Godless Shrine is where we want to be here. And we're going to path this right now. I'm not dealing with this. Go away. My Legacy deck got hit. Gotta play Manamorphous instead of Probes now. What about that Street Wraith? That's what everyone's playing. You just want to draw that card, right? Gave our opponent a land. They get to play Spider Silk Net. Alright. I think here I actually don't mind fetching our blue source and putting down Bitter Blossom here. There's our island. Helps to tap correctly for the Bitter Blossoms. Alright, so this is why we have Bitter Blossom, I suppose, in the event that we need to beat down quickly. Belcher will want that spell count. Oh, that spell count. Alright. So here, I think... This is the Cheerios deck, right? And they're trying to Grape Shot me, is that correct? I believe that's what they're trying to do here. Please don't take Wall of Denial. They have another Pure Steel Paladin here. So we're F6 and we'll just see if our opponent draws out all the Cheerios. We would play against something like this, of course, because it's Monday Mayhem and why not? Alright, so I guess next turn I want a Wall of Denial. I could also Idyllic Tutor next turn with the idea that I can go get... I could go get a Worship and hope I live one more turn here. This is going to be hard though because now they're drawing 2. This is like really good for them. I decided to quit mainstream life and become a pirate. I just need a crew and a boat. I'm accepting applications if anyone is interested. Alright, we're going to yield to Bitter Blossom here. These are going to hurt. These are going to hurt. Our opponent has one swamp as well right now for this karma. Do we Wall of Denial, or am I going to get Idyllic Tutor here? Idyllic Tutor gets interesting because we could go get near death. Great Oromancy. We could also go get another Bitter Blossom. Maybe Wall of Denial is just where we want to be to have a nice giant blocker here. Make sure we don't just die out of nowhere. Our opponent's going to play a lot, aren't they? So getting Idyllic Tutor and getting another Bitter Blossom is interesting. But I think we can't do Worship at this moment because we have Bitter Blossom out. I think we'll just do Wall of Denial. We're going to play with our life total potentially here a little bit. Depending on if they're just going to go for the attack plan, but they usually combo out, so we'll see what happens here. There is a very high possibility there won't be another turn here. And I don't think... It won't matter if I play Worship here next turn, because if we go to, like, say, 1 by chance, it's not doing a whole lot. Here I'll probably block. Is there a reason not to block here? Opponent's testing the waters here. Alright, we have a Thoughtseize. This is intriguing to me. We can Thoughtseize an Idyllic Tutor. Again, we're going to hopefully play with our life total a little bit here. We can also try to time this out so an extra Watery Grave is a rough... Wow, Noxious and Grape Shot here. Wow. Wow. I just take the Grape Shot, force them to use Noxious Revival to go get the Grape Shot? Hit for 1? What is this? I really hate this. I don't know how many Grape Shots they play. We'll go ahead and toss it. Does this Idyllic Tutor go get something here? Alright. I'm going to entertain this a little bit here. That reach. That reach. Do we use Idyllic Tutor here? Probably. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag here. 2 OP for Modern. I think I just go for the near death and just hope our opponent doesn't read what we reveal. I believe it's revealed. Our opponent's taking. They can't beat Worship. Yeah, they can. Right now they can with Bitter Blossom. They just Grape Shots for a bunch and we die on upkeep. We can't do that. What we have to do is play Near Death Experience, I think. We'll see. Now we're showing all these cards and we're not going to try to show the Worship with the idea that we can play the Worship the next turn. I kind of wish I had a Chalice on 0. I have a Bitter Blossom out. They just go to our face and we die on upkeep. So maybe it was incorrect to play the Bitter Blossom. Although we were kind of in no position to know kind of exactly what they were up to. Well, I guess we saw the Pure Steel immediately. I think we lose here, but we have some stuff for this opponent, so... Not a whole lot, but we have a few things. Noxious Revival is the grape shot here. I asked the same question before building the deck, and then I figured I would just give it a shot. I would probably swap the Bitter Blossoms out for, like, Wall of Omens or something like that. Alright, opponent got their grape shot back, so we're just going to concede here as they cast it. Alright. Playing against a nice fast combo deck here. We can mess with this, though. We'll take Inquisitions out here. I guess a Duress isn't bad. Negates are probably okay as well. A Repeal is probably not bad. Like, Stony Silence is not very good here, nor is Disenchant. Nor is Detention Sphere. Alright, Gurmag Angler's probably never coming out fast enough. The Bitter Blossoms are not very good in this matchup. And... I can probably go down one Karma. I could probably go down 2 Karmas, actually. Let's bring a Detention Sphere and bring in another Karma out. If it was Tuesday instead of Monday, I would have 100% won. Swap for a Story Circle. Well, I can't do that mid-league, so we'll get around to it. We're also playing against Cheerios, which is not really what we expected to play against. But we'll see what we can do here. We'll see what we can do. All right, we have double Thoughtseize here. We can probably keep this and just strip them of anything that they might have that's going to hurt us. Mismatched Thoughtseize too. Oh, ridiculous. I don't mind the double discard here. They have what, 8 of their creatures? So we can get 2 of them before they play any, so they'll have to have 3 in order to go off here. It seems reasonably powerful. There are definitely concessions that we can make to changing the deck, but we try not to change the deck the first time we play it through. And if we have time for a secondary league, then we can look into a few different options other than Bitter Blossom. I think the Bitter Blossom is kind of there for control-esque matchups, which isn't a bad idea right now, considering control is... It's not super popular, but we definitely do run into it from time to time. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize here and take a peek at the hand of our opponent. Alright, what do we got here? We got Claim to Fames. That's interesting. Some shields, retracts. Our opponent does not have a land. Alright. I hate when it does this. It doubles up the Claim to Fames in the view. There we go. Alright, our opponent has nothing. Quite literally nothing. We might not even play this Thoughtseize until we know that there's a reason to. At this point, we'll have Snapper plus Worship, and I think we'll be A-okay here. Especially against our no-land opponent over there. Plays the Shield instead of moving to discard. Plays the Mantle instead of moving to discard. Plays a Mox Opal. That's pretty good for our opponent. They get to claim. They get to play the Spider Silk. This is pretty good for our opponent here. We need like 2 turns here, but we may not get them now. Opponent finds their blue here. Now they can retract. Maybe there was a reason to go ahead and play the other Thoughtseize to grab that retract. Oh, don't kill us on turn 2 here, opponent. That would be very rude of you. Alright, so our opponent doesn't kill us on turn 2 here. They attach. Now they have 3 mana available to them. I guess the problem is that we have to get Snapper down and then Worship to follow this up. So do we have to just assume that they don't have enough for Thoughtseize here? And just kind of hope that's the plan here? Get this Snapper down and then get Worship right after it? That might need to be the play here. I think we'll go ahead and do that with the hopes that they can't just win here. It's very unlikely, but I can't take a turn to Thoughtseize. It only takes 1 card out of hand. I guess it would slow them down if they have another one of their creatures. But if we take it anyway, they get to claim it back. So it's not really slowing them down at all. So I think this is the line. This is the line to win here. We'll give it a shot. Hyper combo, we'll call it. Little Cheerios here. We're eating our breakfast before we start the real league here. Our opponent attacking here or moving to combat is kind of a good sign for us. Not that it doesn't mean they could easily just go off right here too. What's the other side of this? Target creature gains haste. Our opponent attaches. Alright, so here we're going to go ahead and just run out our Worship. We're not going to flip this. I'm going to say no. I don't need to flip. And we'll just see if they can beat Worship here. We'll pass the turn back to our opponent. Maybe it's good enough. I don't know. No attacks. I don't want to lose my creature here. Shrouded up creature, chat. Can you beat this, opponent? We never showed it game 1, so we're hoping that they might have like some enchantment removal. Definitely could show up because we showed them a Bitter Blossom. So Greater Oromancy would be a great card to get here. We're just F6 to our opponent while they do their thing. Play draw. I'm going to move this Claim to Fame off. We know they have it in hand. That way we can see the storm count. I assume they're playing something like a Wear and Tear. They use a Claim here. They give this guy haste and +2/+0. We'll gladly just take the 4 to the face here. We're in no hurry to win this game. They may. I mean, we showed them kind of the other cards we play here. 2 Thoughtseizes and a Wall of Denial. Well, we'll get the Wall of Denial out first, then we'll Thoughtseize and probably just plan to Thoughtseize again if we can. I think we have enough mana here. We may also not bother doing a secondary Thoughtseize here with the idea that they'll like combo out a little bit more looking for cards. So I guess this is actually okay to take both of these because they're literally blanking here. So we'll take the dude here. We'll shock in. I always know. I'm sorry, turtle. I guess actually flipping and attacking once would have been a good idea. All right, maybe we should have flipped it and attacked since we know their hand. It's a bunch of lands here, chat. It's 4 lands. All right, so we sort of missed out on points of damage there. I don't think they're going to attack, though, again. I mean, I guess we can always run this into this guy. Plays Sacred Foundry. If we draw our Karma, it's probably fine as well. They only have one swamp, but it hits them for 1 a turn. Equips the shield. Yeah, so see, the turtle's not getting through anymore anyway. We'll go happily to 1. I'll go to 1. This is fine. All right, near death. Come on, right off the top. Is there any reason to play this? I don't believe so. In the event that their creature's tapped at some point, we can use it to swap our power on our snapper. Opponent plays a plains here. Equips up the shield. We have a 2/10 big boy here. And now he's a 2/13. Our opponent is welcome to attack us. Have at it, opponent. We are at 1. This is a great card to draw here. It'll protect our worship. It's a great card. Alright, our worship now has Shroud. We have nothing to do. We'll pass turn. Enduring Ideal. Now, I didn't want to play that deck. I know that one is, but I didn't want to play that. Because you play that with Dragonstorm and some other things, and I really wanted to have near-death experiences. Our opponent continues to attack us. Alright, we're going to give everyone... swamps here. Now everyone has swamps, so Karma off the top would be great. Play it in this deck. But then we can't cast our creatures. I'm not too worried here. Let's see here. They still have a Marsh Flats in hand. I don't care about the Marsh Flats. Let's look at this beautiful board here. This game state. There's a path. Sure. There. Now they don't have their creature. We're gonna play our land and swap turtle around here and hit him for 4. I have to make sure this actually says yes to the trigger now, so let's just stop auto yielding and everything. I'm not gonna have that many more lands. We'll flop and attack in here. 6 green green. Oh, it's in the boar. Opponent's fetching with Arid Mesa. I'm not too worried. I have a Wall of Denial. Denying our opponents their victories here. Opponent fails to find. We would not mind actually 2 more lands in a row. And if we would have attacked properly before, it would have been great. Our opponent should crack this Horizon Canopy if that was their draw, which I believe it was. We have 2 turns to win if we draw lands. We could have a near-death experience here. We could draw Karma, and our opponent will take 1 a turn. Oh, okay. Our turtle's not getting in anymore. They're gonna probably equip everything back up. Yeah. Alright. Paradise Mantle should be equipped here. And then they can... well, I guess they stop equipping after that. Alright, we'll hold this land again in case we draw a path. A Karma off the top wins it here because of Urborg. So we have... what do we have? We have 2 Karmas, 2 near deaths. Another path is really good. What else is really good here? Inquisition and Duress are okay. Thoughtseize I can't cast. Uh-oh. Okay, they're just equipping things. This is probably the longest game our Cheerios opponent has ever played in their life. That being said, they have another 213 here. They jumbo equip it here. I think we're okay here. It's very unlikely they can get rid of my worship. A shambling event is not a bad thing to see here. We'll go ahead and put that into play. Not that it's going to necessarily get around our opponent here, but we could attack with Snapper and this to take them to 4. Maybe a little risky. I probably want to keep 2 creatures here. They get a retract here, so they're going to start drawing. We'll just F6 to our opponent. They need some way to get rid of our Greater Oromancy, followed by getting rid of our Worship, and then attacking in or having a Grape Shot. So they need to find basically 3 cards. I don't know how many outs they have, but we'll find out here. Idyllic Tutor's a great draw, by the way. Could win on the spot. Part of me is okay seeing the Pure Steel Paladin here. In some weird way, if they were able to get rid of our creatures but couldn't necessarily kill us with Grape Shot and swung in, we could always animate Shambling Vent to prevent us from dying, if that scenario were to present itself. But I have to imagine they have something for worship. Question is, do they have 2 things? They're drawing, what, 2 a turn here? So they have basically 10 more plays? Luckily they're on an even number, so they can draw their whole entire deck if it happens to be the last 2 cards. There's an Echoing Truth. That's really bad for us. Alright, so they got rid of my Greater. Oh, well, I didn't see these were stacked. It's kind of interesting. All right, the echoing here. Play a Mox Opal, and now they can just Grape Shot me. So they had to find back-to-back Echoing Truths, and they got us. All right, losing to Cheerios, chat. Opponent finds the answers. We had an Idyllic Tutor, 1 down, so we would have won the next turn. Opponent just goes off 1 too quick here. 1 too quick. All right. Too many draws. Maybe if we take that Retract earlier on, be good. But we also did take their creature and their Claim to Fame, so they weren't drawing double initially as well. That's all right. We'll run it back and see if we can learn from our mistakes here. Happy Monday, chat. Welcome to Monday Mayhem for those that are brand new. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. We play something a little bit different on Mondays. We're probably going to be slowly stopping this, and we're going to actually have... We're going to have a week here in July where instead of playing Red Prison, we're going to actually play an off deck for the entire week. Which decks are up for options? Maybe I'll have chat decide. Maybe that's a bad idea, but we'll probably be playing maybe a blue-white Miracle Control type list or a Teferi Pool type list and trying to hone that. We may entertain Learning, one of the other decks that gives us trouble. I don't think I would play Humans or Hollow One, but we could look at like a Jeskai Control. Some other options are on the table here. That's coming up. All right, we'll keep this, and we're playing first. We can play as Polluted Delta down with the idea of pathing and then play Bitter Blossom. Yeah, I would prefer to stay in Modern. Actually, due to the recent spikes, I might not even be able to rent. Soul Warden here. Okay. Do I want to path this? I'm not sure. I am not sure. It's very tempting to path this. Could also Bitter Blossom, but this is like a lot of life as well. Let's just plan to path this more than likely. We'll act like we have counter spells as well. I'll allow this to hit me here. I'd rather look like we have a counter spell up than anything. Let's go ahead and path this. We don't want them gaining too much here. I'm sure they can still... Oh, they can't play another. Alright, the worship here, let's see here. So we have 2 cards, so it's 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. We're not going to play Bitter Blossom now that we drew this worship. And we're going to see if I can play worship next turn, followed by Gurmag Angler. And even though our opponent will go to infinity, we can beat them. There are other ways for us to win this. Ranger of Eos. Alright, so our opponent's going to go to like infinity life here, but we're going to have a near-death experience. And even though they go to infinity, we ourselves will be fine. So we're going to shock in and play a worship here. What would be great is to play this, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one more land, actually, for Gurmag. And we need the land kind of ASAP here. Champion. And Norin. This is a combo. Going to 9. Trigger, trigger. And then he'll come flying back here. Make champion big boy. Need a land here. Land would be very important. Wall of Denial is fine as well. We'll play a Wall of Denial. We'll just yield to Norin. Norin's going to do his thing. Alright. At this point, we're looking for a near-death experience. Let us look for a near-death experience, chat. Finding Urborg here also would be a great thing, because then we could Karma. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'd have 6 now. 6 damage. That's quite a bit. There are a number of ways that we... that is fine. Have at it. Hit us for a ton here. I'm not going to block anything. They either have the way to kill the worship or they don't. They feel to ruin us. What did they take? My Watery Grave? I'll just go get on a Plains. It's fine. Champion of the Parish. And we're F6 because there's a bazillion triggers our opponent's doing here. Turtle's fine to see here. Gives us an extra creature here. That way they don't have anything that maybe picks off one singleton creature somehow, some way. Just helping our opponent out get gigantic creatures. I have no reason to attack for Settle the Wreckage, and I have no reason to block for Blessed Alliances or other cards as such. Attacking and blocking is a bad idea. Our opponent scoops to the worship. Ideal Tutor would go get our win condition. Our win condition. Okay, so what are we doing here? Probably Detention Sphere and Supreme Verdicts are good. Negates are probably bad. Stony and Disenchant do nothing. Inquisitions are okay as well. Repeal is maybe not the best card here. What is bad here? Gurmag Angler is actually a little bit hard to get out. Bitter Blossoms feel iffy. I think Worship is a great place to be. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. We want to find one of our walls and probably Worship, or we want to find Angel's Grace plus a near-death experience. That's probably where we want to be. These are going to help us hopefully sustain ourselves through our opponent's multiple creatures. They will be bringing in things to mess with our board here. All right. I think we keep this. Wall of Denial is great to see here. A couple paths are also good, and a Thoughtseize is not bad. And it'll buy us some time here. It does feel like a big nombo. It does indeed. We'll Thoughtseize our opponent here. We'll allow Norn to disappear here and get that trigger out of the way. Alright, what do we have? A Genesis Chamber, a Johnny's Pride Mage, and a Perforos. I guess I need to just get rid of the Genesis Chamber here because we can deal with a Pride Mate. So we'll do that. It is a bit of an on-bow, but it's in there for the control matchups where Worship's really not going to matter, along with the combos. It is just an interesting card to be playing. Let's just say that. Alright, we can get rid of Pride Mate here. Not that it's a threat at the moment. I think we still leave Path open here, though. I'd rather preserve our life total. I guess Perforos is a problem, though. Less than 5. This is janky. Yeah, it's janky. I'm gonna path this to keep 2. It gives our opponent the ability to play Perforos here. I think Greater Aromancy will be the next card unless I can get a Wall of Denial out. We are in a little bit of trouble here. Greater Aromancy here. And we'll pass the turn. That's right, Slick Rick. Not that we're doing very well on our lands. Apparently we're not going to draw our lands this game. This turtle is a little ways, but luckily the Wall of Denial should come out on our next drawn land here. Perforos showing up. Plays, we're going to take a damage here. They're going to gain a life. And we're going to take a damage. So we're going to need some help real fast here. We need lands, running lands here. Okay. That is a land. We'll play our Wall of Denial out here and pass the turn. It is going to hit us for some damage here. But now they can't attack us, which I guess is good. So they'll swing. Norn's going to disappear. We'll block here. Preserving our life total. Let's see here. So this is doing 2 a turn. We're at an even number, so that makes things a little awkward here. It also makes it awkward that we're not drawing what we need to here. The Calcite Snapper is a Shroud creature. It's a Shroud creature, and it's at least 4 in damage here. I think I really should probably allow this to die with the Path to Exile here, because this is going to just keep bringing Norin back. Let's see if we draw Worship off the top. We do not. So this time during the begin combat phase, I will get rid of this Soul's Attendant. We need a few more planes here. Soul Warden here. Gonna go to 6. We go to 5 for 3. I'll let this attack and hit us. They choose not to. So we need a worship here. Pretty much. Need worship and worship only? Inquisition's not gonna do it. Oh, that's right. This is gonna bring him back here. Alright. Got a little stuck on our lands there. A little stuck on our lands. Let's see here. I played my first prison chant. What can we do against KCI? Lost with lethal on board with the 2 games. Eidolons, if you really are having trouble with it, you can sideboard Damping Sphere if you think that'll help you. Braids are decent, knowing what to target. And then Phyrexian Revoker can actually shut down KCI, but KCI also has Pyrite Spellbomb. Damping Matrix isn't too bad either, but it doesn't shut down KCI. I think we run this back and just kind of hope. I think we just kind of hope. Those are the things I would do against KCI. We've beaten KCI twice now, but you have to get sort of lucky. All right, so we have a Thoughtseize here. I think I'm going to keep this. It's like really mediocre, but I think having 4 lands is good. And we have all of our colors. We do need extra whites here. This near death experience is kind of like a mull to 6. This mull to 6 is okay against our opponent. We're good though. We're just gonna fight the good fight, chat. Maybe getting rid of Norin if they have it. Champion of the Parish is kind of a problem. Thalia's Lieutenant's a problem. Wear and Tear I don't want to see either. This is kind of painful. I guess I have to take the Wear and Tear here. Because if I do find Worship here on time, then I have it. But no, KCI is a little bit hard for us because they don't really attack us in a linear fashion with creatures. They attack with a giant combo. Alright, so there's a variety of things we can do here. One of the things we can do is try to play to our life total to hit 1. So that'll take some serious math here, but I think we can figure it out, whether we need a shock or not. It will get a little bit hard because Thalia's Lieutenant's going to do its thing, plus a Soul Attendant. So our opponent's going to hit for 4, 5, 6 next turn, putting us to 9, plus a Bolt, puts us to 3. We have Snapper. So we don't shock this turn. Ooh, the path is interesting. Path is interesting here. We're going to go ahead and play the Godless Shrine out. Tapped. We can Path plus Snapper in the following turn. Field of Ruin. So they have 3 cards. And we can decide here how we want to do this. They're going to go after our white-blue source here. So we're gonna say okay to this. I really need the extra white here, especially if near-death experience is where we're going. So we'll leave ourselves with the white available here. Opponent's got a Soul's Attendant they could play, and they do so. So they can hit us for 6 here. They have Plains and Bolt in hand. So this is keeping us nice, but if we path this as well, it's probably fine too. So we're gonna go ahead and path this. We need a little bit more time to establish what we want to here because not being able to play Snapper this coming turn. So we'll go to 13 here. Some of the hope here is that they'll bolt us at some point. Alright, we'll play Shambling Vent here. Shambling Vent gets us our last white mana we may need at a random notice here. And Snapper's not being played anytime soon here either. Near Death should have Flash. I mean, it's at upkeep. I guess it'd be kind of interesting. So we're gonna go to 9 here. A Supreme Verdict's really good, actually. And we have our blue. So we're going to go ahead and Supreme Verdict here. Because we're in an awkward spot of not really knowing what to play here. I believe our opponent played this Plains, but I'm not sure. Alright, they get rid of the bolts. That's really good for us. Because now we can do some cool stuff with near death. Johnny Pridemate. Alright, we're going to leave Shambling Vent as an option here. We're probably going to need that buffer of life. I really would like one more blue here. Our opponent could also just have a bolt. So we're in a little bit of a precarious position here. It'd be interesting if it had Flash. I think that'd be a little too powerful, though. Oops. Alright, our opponent Lightning Bolts us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't... Unfortunately, we can't do... oh, don't have another bolt. Wow, that was a really slow roll. Alright, never mind. That was a very slow roll double bolt there. So they drew 3 of their bolts. Another near death would have been great. Wall of Denial would have been okay. Oh well. Oh well. That was a little underwhelming, chat. The line between playable and too powerful is razor thin, to be honest. But yeah, I was joking about Flash. Well, I mean, you could entertain it. I mean, can you give enchantments Flash? I think there's something that does that. You could play something like that and try to get yourself to 1. This is where, like, maybe I should have, like, 2 more Angel's Graces here instead of Bitter Blossoms and 1 more Near Death. I took 1 Near Death out. I didn't want to draw it all the time. All right, we'll keep on going here. We'll see if we can get a win. We have our objectives. We haven't hit any of our objectives so far. I believe we can, though. We will hit one of them before the end of the night. I believe, chat. All right, we lose the dice roll. 1 land. I'm going to have to mulligan this. Even though we have great cards here, we're going to mulligan. 1 land again. Wow. We'll mulligan this, too. I need more than 1. Alright, we'll keep this. This is really good. I don't mind putting the Thoughtseize on top. Oh no, they're gonna Thoughtseize me. Night Tribal one of these Mondays? We have already played Night Tribal. Oh no, please, please, no. No, not Inquisition. You take our Wall of Denial. They're going to want to take this Worship ASAP. I think here we'll go ahead and Thoughtseize, though. See what our opponent's up to. So they have a Thoughtseize of their own. They have a Dark Confidant, which I'm not really sure if we can beat a Dark Confidant. I think we have to let this Worship go to that. We'll just get rid of the Dark Confidant. But yeah, we played Mono White Knights already. Mono White Knights. Thoughtseize takes our Worship. So rude. So rude. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Passes the turn. Play our Flooded Strand out here. I don't mind thinning and looking for other cards here. We do need some other colors here. Well, our opponent finds their third land, so they'll be able to play Liliana here. We'll discard a Watery Grave here. The blue's nice, but I need white as well. They have a Tireless Tracker that remains. We'll go get our Hallowed Fountain here. Alright, so we have to top deck something against this Liliana. They're going to play a Tireless Tracker here. And a land, maybe? Yeah, they got it all. Our Jund opponent has it all. Bitter Blossom's actually kind of an interesting card here. Go ahead and play that. They can get in for 4, maybe 5. Here's a reason for a Bitter Blossom. We don't die immediately. Dark Confidant here, and they'll get to hit us for 4. We'll go to 12. Opponent has Liliana at 6. This could turn into Disasterness. Hopefully we fetched correctly here. I will go get a Wall of Denial and pass turn. Alright. Bloodbraid Elf. I guess they could find something to hit the Fairy Rogue and then tick down Liliana here to get rid of Wall of Denial. That'd be most disappointing as well. Jund feels like it's probably a very hard matchup. They could also just ultimate here. Ultimate and just swap, or basically Wall of Denial plus these 3 or something. That's how I would split it. Wall of Denial. Oh, I wouldn't give me these 2. We'll sack this and keep the Bitter Blossom plus Wall of Denial. Hope they don't have a Liliana to follow this up. Oh wait, is it Modern Mayhem? Denise, it is. Denise, it is. Clue tokens popped here. In some weird convoluted way, we actually, well, now that they have another land, I was going to say we can race the Bloodbraid Elf, Dark Confidant, Tireless Tracker stuff. Wow. Hits a Liliana, which is about the only card that can remove the Wall of Denial. And now they get in for a good healthy 10. And we lose that upkeep. Wow. Wow. Solid. We had quite the near-death experience, chat. Well, actually, it was quite deadly. Quite deadly. All right, let's grab a couple of these Inquisitions here. Negates might be a reasonable card here as well. Supreme Verdicts probably as well. I have no idea if Jund is running Field of Ruins now, but this opponent is. I do know one card I want against them is Karma. I think I got one Snapper as well here. Let's not go on 2 negates here, just 1. We'll submit this. The world we live in. It is getting crazy. That is for sure. People are playing all kinds of stuff. We'll keep this. We got to go fetch a swamp here. And we're actually going to go pretty low with the karma. But if we can find a wall of denial and get this worship out, we'll be in okay shape. Maybe take a turn 1 something here. We'll go get our watery grave because we have the detention sphere plus planes. Fortunately, we have to kind of shock fetch all that good stuff and take Thoughtseize damage. But maybe we'll do okay here. Well, we have something for the Tarmogoyf. Bloodbraid Elf is a ways away here. It is kind of annoying. Maybe I take the Thoughtseize. I could also just take the Bloodbraid Elf and leave them just with Tarmogoyf. They can remove our 2 pieces though. Let's just take the Thoughtseize. It's not ideal, but it is something. Cliffs here. Inquisition. Probably takes D-Sphere or Path. Those are their options. More than probably will. They will take one of those. They take D-Sphere. Well, we get to follow this up with another Thoughtseize here. Which isn't a bad thing here, I guess. We'll take Liliana. Yep, that's fine. We have an answer for Tarmogoyf right now. It does mean that they'll get closer and faster to a Bloodbraid Elf. We'll see if we can wait to give them this. Actually, looking at our opponent's lands over there, they don't have too many of these awesome swamps that we have. Alright, I don't think I want to take 4. I know that Bloodbraid Elf's going to come here, but taking 4 here is a lot. Our Turtle's actually a really good draw for us. If we can follow this up with Worship, that'd be great. And avoid Liliana for a while, that would be fabulous. Looks like they'll play Bloodbraid Elf here and get to swing in. Just avoid Liliana, please. Dark Confidant's fine to see here. It is not our ideal state. Notice Snapper blocks Bloodbraid Elf all day. Alright. We're going to go ahead and shock in here. Mainly so I can get this out of hand so they don't discard it. Now we're just hoping that they don't ever find Liliana. Fluffy, have you ever heard about the Silver Moon deck? Opals, Moxes, Welding Jars, Darksteel Citadels, Karns, Blood Moon, Snaring Bridges, all that wonderful stuff. Alright, our opponent has double Good Art Confidants. It's kind of a problem for us. An extra Worship's not maybe a bad idea here. Our opponent has no swamps right now. So there's not really a reason to run out of karma. An extra Worship, though, is not bad. What do you think about it? It looks good on paper as an idea. I played it at a modern 1K, and it was pretty crazy, the differences between ours and theirs. They can make us discard. That's a bummer. I think ours is more powerful. Is there any reason to block this? Can they pump this? I'll test the waters. I want to see them deal with my Snapper here. We're good. Alright, we can Inquisition here. They have to find a swamp. Swamps, like, really hurt us, though. We could also just like hold this Inquisition so that it's something to discard to Kolaghan's Command. If they had Liliana, they would play it. So I think we'll just hold tight here. We also probably don't want to play the Karma until we have a second creature out in case they do draw a Liliana. Verdant Catacombs from our opponent and Verdant Catacombs from our opponent. If they start going and fetching some swamps here, we'll entertain what we need to. Well, okay, so they Inquisition our Inquisition away. Could have easily been the draw for the turn. Boots up Raging Ravine here. I think I'd block a Dark Confidant. We can't block that, so we're going to just have to have a land off the top plus a near-death experience. Another Worship. Once again, Karma's not doing anything at the moment. It literally hits our opponent for 0 right now. Dark Confidant trigger, Anger the Gods, Dark Confidant trigger, Black Cliffs. Anger the Gods is a little bit scary. It's a bit scary, chat. The Field of Ruin, our blue source, would be fine. Field of Ruining, our Godless Shrine. I'll go get Plains. Maelstrom Pulse. Yeah, that would be a problem for us as well. It would be a problem. I'm not going to block now. Oh my gosh, another worship. We drew all of our worships in a row. I'll go ahead and hold this. I guess the problem is if they Maelstrom these away, they're just attacking for lethal. Also, our opponent does not apparently hit too many spells with their Dark Confidant. Scavenging News is good for them. They don't eat anything on ours or theirs, actually. So it's good, but it doesn't just kill us. Alright, land? Land would be okay. Alright, we find a land. A land is a fine card to see here. There's like a reason maybe to play this Karma out. With the idea that we can take 3, 4, 5, 6. We could go to 1 with the idea of a top deck here. Let's entertain this. Let's live on the edge, chat. Let's live on the edge. Let's just hope for no Lilianas here. Let's see Bloodbraid, Bloodbraid. Although that would be kind of bad too, wouldn't it? Now we don't have to shock for this. I need the white. Alright, so they're going to take our worship here. We're going to go to 4. We're going to take 3 on Karma's upkeep for us, which is fine. Inquisition and Verdant Catacombs. Draw for the turn. We're basically looking for a near death. Near death off the top would be great. I'm not going to worry about the lands in hand. I need a near death experience. They know we're going to take 3, so there's no reason to attack. Opponent moves to discard. Alright, yeah, I'd gladly go to 1 here. Alright, we find a land. Just going to F6 to their turn. We are either killing them through Dark Confidant triggers here, or we're killing them through a near-death experience. Our opponent's going to eat Dark Confidant. They don't need to fetch a swamp, ever. They take 2 from Tarmogoyf. Oh, Liliana! No! I don't want to sack my creature, you jerk! So they do find Liliana before they die to Dark Confidant triggers. Ooh, Jund. Ooh, Jund. There's an Urborg. 4 down and we would have killed them. Oof. Oof. I feel like I want more Urborgs and Karmas. I don't want near-death experiences. we might have a few things to tweak here before we hopefully get a second league in tonight. I'm not liking Bitter Blossom so far. I want another Karma. I want another Urborg. I want another Idyllic Tutor, maybe? And maybe, like, a Wall of Omens? Yeah, Urborg would win. Yes. Yes, Urborg would have won. Out of nowhere, that would have been another out. Maybe dropping... I dropped 1 near-death experience for a Gurmag Angler with the idea that we needed, like, maybe another creature to hit. Maybe chuck in the Solemnity on life combo. Yes, it does. It does contradict. Bitter Blossom does contradict, but Bitter Blossom was in the original deck list. We try not to really change too many cards. I dropped basically 2 cards for the idea of an Angler and an Angel's Grace. Wall of Omens is really good, being both a blocker and a draw. Yeah, that's what we're thinking. I think I want like 4 Wall of Omens instead of Bitter Blossom. We're also drawing like 1 landers, which is a little bit frustrating. Oh goodness. Let's mulligan this too. Alright, we can keep this. We'll put this on top. Alright. I think we'll lead with a Thoughtseize here. Let's retain our life total here. Serum, Path, Detention Sphere. I guess I'll take the Serum Visions. Path is useless against us. Detention Sphere is a little bit scary, but we have this other Thoughtseize. Glacial. I'm gonna wait a turn here for this Thoughtseize. It feels like it's an okay thing maybe to hit something else than this Detention Sphere. We're not playing anything next turn anyway. Oh, we could. I'd rather make sure the way is clear here. So let's plan to Thoughtseize here. Thoughtseize and then get a Wall of Denial down potentially. That's fine. We'll go get our planes. I don't mind them Field of Ruining that. We have all basically non-basics, so they're going to get to Field of Ruin a million things anyway. Opponent draws the island, so they have Path, Detention Sphere, and Unknowns. Oh my gosh, we could potentially do this. All right, let's Thoughtseize our opponent. See if they'll allow us to take a peek here. The answer appears to be no. Counter a draw. All right. I would like to get my wall down. All right, this Detention Sphere does prevent worship shenanigans. So we'll have to be mindful of that. Little mindful of that. We'll play our Shambling Vents out here. I actually don't mind attempting to get worship down here. I have a feeling they'll just leave it for Detention Sphere, which is fine. If we can get the Detention Sphere out of hand, then we can play our next Wall of worship that we draw. Field of Ruins, our Shambling Vent here. We will go get... I guess I can go get a Swamp here. We have a Flooded Strand that can get Plains or Island. And we will go get our island here in case we draw our turtle. Opponent apparently is allowed to do everything. Everything and anything. This is a really good card. I think we'll entertain trying to play this down and see what our opponent thinks of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 6. And they've yet to play this plains. They'll take 6 first, then us, then them, then us. Yeah, I think it kills them. So we'll give them this. The other thing we can do is fetch. No, we don't fetch here. Alright, our opponent mana leaks this. Apparently, people are playing mana leak still. Flooded Strand from our opponent goes and gets a Hallowed Fountain. Search for Azcanta. Alright, well, we'll replay this again. They have not played this Plains, Path, or Detention Sphere, so we'll entertain the Karma here. It's gonna hit them for some damage, chat. They have to get rid of this Karma, probably ASAP here. Hallowed Fountain. Karma, trigger. Take 2, 4, 6, 7, please, down to 11. If they would like to flip Search for his content, it'll be 8 next turn. So they got a D-Sphere now. This feels good. This feels good. Why aren't more people playing this? Karma Urborg. Uh-oh. They can get my Urborg here. And then we're going to take all the damage. This is really bad. It's actually very bad. We'll take a bunch of damage too. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. They're gonna get our Urborg here. Oh no. I'll go get a plains instead of a swamp here. That way we're only gonna take 2 a turn. Oh no. We're on our own death clock here. New border Urborg looks great. Urborg looks pretty decent. Oh no, Teferi here. This is going downhill rapidly, chat. Very rapid. Oh boy. Our opponent finally plays this plains we've known about since turn 1. Gets to untap some stuff here. We'll take 2. Oh no, I don't want to play this. This is a bad game to play, chat. Oh no. Oh no. Search for Azcanta here. Finds Cryptic. Oh, that's really bad too. They have a variety of ways to bounce our worship now. We're on a ticking time bomb here. Cryptic also is a problem for us because we can't get down our near-death experience. I kind of wish I had Boil. Boil would take care of a lot of this. Opponent Azcanta is here, then they're going to get to do Teferi things. Our opponent finds another Detention Sphere. Our opponent's got everything. We are probably the very worst control deck here. We'll take our 2. We'll play a Wall of Denial here. I like having a backup. A backup Wall of Denial, no problems. Urborg would have killed him too. Urborg would have killed him. Oh, I appreciate it. Our opponent is untapping our lands. This is a slow death here. Ooh. This will get countered probably. We'll go to second main and see if we can sneak this in. Oh, oh, can I do this? Joanna Pop. Hello? Urborg Karma, the worst control deck in Modern. It is feeling that way right now. GP Sao Paulo this weekend with Pyro Prison. Wish me luck. Good luck. May you find Blood Moon on time, your bridges just in the wages of war. I don't know. And Chandra will be your BB. Best friend for life. BFF. May all that happen at exactly all the right times. Our opponent is going to get to Emblem Teferi here and do Teferi things. Our opponent is very kind and untaps our lands. Alright, we're going to concede here. Our opponent can get rid of worship. We have nothing to deal with our own karma. It's just not happening. Just not happening. Alright, we gotta play against the control player here. Gotta play against the control player. What is bad here? Karmas feel actually kind of bad because they have a lot of Field of Ruins. So we're going to bring in Disenchants and Detention Spheres for their Detention Spheres. Repeals if we need them, and then Negates. And then Negates. There was a deck that ran Plunge into Darkness. The idea is that you play Near-Death Experience, and the following turn you plunge into Darkness at end step and hope to win. We'll keep this. We're actually going to go ahead and fetch, and we'll go fetch a basic here, Swamp. We're going to go ahead and Thoughtseize our opponent immediately in case they needed... Ooh, there are Miracles. Take Search for Escanta here. Terminus doesn't matter too much. It does actually get around our lovely creatures, though. Bitter Blossom here is good on turn 2. This is the reason we have it in the deck here. Alright, we're off to the races against our opponent. Alright, Colonnade. They Colonnade. Let's see here. We can Wall of Denial or get a Shambling Vent down. I'll go ahead and Shambling with the idea that'll help our clock. Look at this, we're turning the corner. Field of Ruin played for our opponent. We'll yield to Bitter Blossom here. I think we'll attack in, and we're going to get Snapper down. Get this little Snapper down here. Let's go get a Hollowed Fountain here. We need the white mana. So Snapper can attack for 4 next turn. Our opponent can Field of Ruin my Shambling Vent. That's probably what they're gonna do here. We'll go get black. That way we have something for Shambling Vent. White wouldn't have been bad either. Another Field of Ruin, so this other Shambling Vent's not gonna even matter here. We'll play it to flip Snapper's power and toughness here so we can attack in. I'm not going to play Wall of Denial out. We know they have Terminus. We're going to force them to have to use their Terminuses defensively. Field of Ruins, our Shambling Vent. We will go get our Plains. We have exactly 1 more Plains here. No need to flip. Island for our opponent, probably. Detention Spheres. Something here. Probably our rogue tokens. Oh, nope, Bitter Blossom. So we can D-Sphere in response here. I don't think there's a reason to necessarily. We have to force them to I think we have to force them to use a terminus here. Six. If we detention sphere now, then they have to terminus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They terminus, we get 1 token. I suppose that's a reason to go ahead and D-sphere right now. Oh, I can't name detention sphere. This is bad. I can't do detention sphere on detention sphere, chat. It's a power play. It's a power play, chat. Don't worry about it. Detention sphere being brought in for detention sphere was a remarkably bad idea. Terminus. Play our Wall of Denial out here. We'll play our Watery Grave tapped. The detention sphere was a power play. Don't worry about it, chat. Baneslayer Angel. That doesn't kill us. Negate's right on time. Negate is right on time. They will gain life. That's probably the only problem here. Luckily, we can negate this. They have Terminus in hand. I do not want a Teferi on the board. Oh. Is that all? Doubled the spell. Boots up Colonnade. Hits him for 4. I guess we are not necessarily threatening anything here. A Disenchant is intriguing to me. Does that do anything for us? I guess it really doesn't. It just makes us die faster. I guess the idea here is we draw a worship. That's not a worship. That's not gonna do it. Oh my goodness. This is a train wreck. We'll allow opt to resolve here. I'd rather counter something else than an opt. I think we can go out on our own terms here. Let's go out on our own terms. Oh, solid. 04 so far, chat. The 05 dream is alive. The 05 dream is alive. Let's get a straw poll going. Alright. Actually, we'll just hold tight here. What are some changes we want to do here? I don't know if I like the Bitter Blossoms. I think Wall of Omens would be good. I could build something with some Wall of Omens. What else would be good to get here? So let me grab Wall of Omens. Let's add some of those. What else would be good here? Make sure I have another Karma and a near-death experience. Just so I have them. What else do we like? I don't mind like maybe another Angel's Grace. Wouldn't be bad. Another Urborg could be okay. Not a bad idea. Trying to see what else in this list I'm not too happy with so far. We could entertain instead of the snapper to get like Geist of Saint trapped. Now it dies to some stuff, but we could use it as kind of an aggressive plan. What do you guys think about that? Instead of our other approach that we've been doing. Let's play first. All right, I'm gonna keep this. Looks very, very much like we could die fast, but we could have a near-death experience and win off that. So let's plan our life total accordingly. Trying to look at what other cards maybe we do here as additions. Basic Forest for our opponent. We'll fetch Watery Grave. We'll probably fetch a Hollowed Fountain next. Fetch, fetch, fetch. Gemstone Mine plus Forest. What is this? What is this? Explore. Gemstone Mine. What are we playing against? Well, we get to take a peek, and I think I want to. Let's go look. Amulet? They just happened to start like this? Oh my gosh, you're right. Alright, we'll take Primetime. Don't kill me, opponent. Amulet Titan 100%. You are confirmed. Confirmed walked airplane. You got it. Gold star. Azusa. Lost but seeking. Gruul. Bounces Basic Forest or Gemstone. Plays Tribe Scout. Ancient Strains. Okay, okay. I see you, opponent. Cavern of Souls found. Cavern. Name's Giant. Well, we're not too worried about Blood Moon-esque things here. We'll keep our life total kind of high here. Path to Exile will be good against a Primetime. Near-death experience. We might be able to work our life total here. It'll be interesting. We don't really want to play the Urborg too quickly here because gemstones are used. They can EE for it. Understood. I understand. This is a Primeval Titan. And down it comes. They're gonna go get some precious lands here. More than likely bounce-esque lands. Simic Growth Chamber. Bounce, bounce. Bounces a Gemstone Mine. Marauder Otter, hello. What are you up to? Hits us for 1. I'm gonna be pathing here. I don't mind giving them the extra mana. I really am not too worried. I'm more worried about this thing attacking us. Urborg number 2. Alright, I think it's time to let the cat out of the bag. We're going to go ahead and worship. Do I try? Let's worship. I don't wanna let everything out of the bag here just yet. Summoner's Pact from our opponents. They gotta pay for it. I'm surprised they didn't bounce one of these. Maybe they just don't plan to tap them out, though. Like I said, I really don't want to play this Urborg down. It keeps their gemstones around. There we go. We got one of them. Teleria West. Okay. Please don't kill me. They bounced Teleria West to tutor another pact. Ah. Fair enough. Simic Growth Chamber here. Now they'll bounce the mine? Alright, we can probably play Urborg down. The mine's not going anywhere. Well, we can play this Flooded Strand here. And we will have a near-death experience. The Flooded Strand is kind of cool. We can do something interesting with our life total, but we can only go by 1 or 3. We'll see if it matters. We will see if it matters. Summoner's Pact. They never played this Tribe Scout either. Prime time. Prime time. And prime time played. Careful where you put our life total, opponent. I think I wish I was at 14, not 13. Kind of wish that. Slayer's Stronghold. Okay. Tamoy, how you doing? Slayer's Stronghold. Hasty creature. Alright, prime time is Hasty. They play our Scout. They have Azusa plus Unknown. They hit us for 8. Eight, 9, 10, 11. I can do 11. I can't do it before the upkeep, though. I need one of my creatures, I think. I need a creature. Primeval Titan here. Bounces Teleria West. Alright, so we're dead next turn unless we have a creature here. So we'll go ahead and fetch looking for a creature. Or not looking for one, but... Ah, we found it! We found it! We have the Snapper! What a top deck! Just finished work. Now sleepy time. I have bad stream hours for Europe. Yes, I do. I do, indeed. Summoner's Pact. You have to pay for it. We're at 4 health. There's a couple ways we can get all the way down to... a couple ways we can get all the way down here. They have a Teleria West, though, so if they have engineered explosives, they can definitely put it on 4 and win this game. They can make what? Green, blue. Apparently they can't make it now because they tapped this Gruul turf. No, just stuff bothering me in the air. Tulare West, going and finding what? I guess a fetch land here would be good. Doesn't win us the game, though. What wins us the game? I don't think anything wins us the game here. I'm missing my Blood Moons. Bad play unless they have another mine, and I'm not sure if they do. Oh, never mind, they have Urborg. Urborg's a thing. Never mind, what are we talking about? They have all the mana in the world. Blue, green. Never mind. Blue, green, black. That's all they can make. They actually have to have a land. I was about to say this is untapped, but nope. Opponent gets engineered explosives, but gives us another turn here. Potentially. They can't put it on 4. They could put it on 3 and kill this and then swing in too. That's an option. We're looking at worship as the kill, but they could just go after our creature here. They have gemstone anyway, so they can pick any target they want. I think our opponent's got us. Well, we'll see which way they decide to get us. They go for 3 here, it looks like. Opponent's got it all. Opponent's got it all. It kills Azusa. Alright, they attack him. Alright, engineered explosives is annoying, and one way they get rid of everything, so we'll bring in Stony Silence for that. Supreme Verdicts could be interesting, but I don't think that's where we want to be. Let's see here. Negates and Dispels could be very good. That's probably where we want to be. And Stony Silences. Gurmag Angler's no good. Bitter Blossoms are no good. I guess probably we can go down one path. Maybe run something like this. I guess one path is probably not good. Maybe a Karma out. We'll submit that. Could even just get rid of a Worship. Stony Silence will be for Engineered Explosives. Negates and Dispels for the Summoner packs. Thought Seizes to get rid of good old Primetime from the hand. Alright, we're going to keep this with the idea that Karma plus Urborg might be enough. Because our opponent's going to have a lot of lands. That's the idea here, chat. We are going to so die here. Ancient Stirrings from our opponent. The Gemstone Mine is revealed. Thoughtseize is not a bad card for us to see. So we'll Thoughtseize them, see what's going on. Alright, we have a Primetime, we have a Nature's Claim, and an Explore. Get rid of the Primetime. That kills us. Radiant Fountain. Opponent gains some life here. Can play Explore here. Does so. An extra land would be great. Would love an extra land here. We'll continue to gain life. Azusa. This is actually fine here. We're gonna path Azusa to give them extra goodness here. And hope that our top deck is a plains. That'll be the hope. We have an extra path, so we're okay here. We are A-okay. Come on, plains off the top. Plains off the top, because we hit them for a lot if we do. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We're going to fetch. And although I'd like blue, I think I just want to try for this plains here. What the heck. We'll do Hallowed Fountain as well. Alright. Karma. There we go. I should worship first? Nah, he's gonna have to kill this thing. I don't mind. I'd rather his nature's claim go towards a karma than a worship. Especially with him going to end step here and allowing this to fire off for a good 6 damage. Go to 18, opponent. Good luck. We can also just boot up Shambling Vent and get in. It's a possibility here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're gonna play something? Don't play anything, opponent. You're not supposed to play magic. Did they find Primeval Titan off this? Wow, they did. Okay. Alright, alright. Alright, opponent. I get it. Simic and Radiant Fountain. Sorry, Tulare West. Boros Garrisons played. They bounce into the land here. Alright, we're gonna take a little punch to the face. Oh gosh, we're so close, chat. We're so close. We're gonna leave Path and Angel's Grace up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're just gonna allow them to get hit for 8 here. And really force the issue here with this, Oh, in that case, we'll go ahead and path now. Alright, so we want another land for near death. And then maybe we can somehow finagle out an Angel's Grace and win this. At semi-instant speed. Tulare West can go transmute, go get another Primeval Titan. Off of a Summoner's Pact. Lucky for us, they're not able to do the double strike just yet. Summoner packs for Prime Titan. Ouch. Prime time. Get some more lands. I guess there's a problem here because I can't play Near Death and leave Angel's Grace up here. But I guess this isn't attacking this turn. So we need a land off the top with the idea that we can live for one more turn here, hopefully. Majuka Bog's played, so our opponent's hand is unknown. Land off the top is what we need. We find a land. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try for a near death here. And, oh, I need one more. I need another white source. So we'll do 12. I think they've got us. I think they have us based on what they can do with Primetime plus Amulet of Vigor. But we'll go for this line. Maybe because they have to tap for Summoner's Pact. They have to maybe tap the wrong stuff here. But I don't think we live. Because they can double strike us plus use that other land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap that. 1, 2, 3. And the land. Yeah, I think they've got us if they play this correctly. We'll see if they do it, though. We'll see. And while we see, we'll decide, do we want a repeat of this deck, chat, or do we want to see something a little bit different? They have a Vesuva here, and a Slayer's Stronghold here. That should be enough. Yep, it's going to be just enough. All right, chat. What do you want to see? What do people want to see? Because I believe this is an 0-5 with a with near death karma here. Different. I don't know. It was fun to play, but it was particularly fun to watch. It wasn't particularly fun to watch. Fair enough. It was a medium to play. It doesn't do a whole lot. Let's put it out that way. It doesn't do a whole lot. What do we have? We have Teferi Pool, Gideon's Demonic Pact. I want to play something that's a little more Monday Mayhem. If we play something. We could play a Miracles list. We could... play Mill. What do you want to see? Blue-Black Mill? We have a vote for Blue-Black Mill? Okay. Where is that Blue-Black Mill list? I'll put that up. Looks a bit like this. Can't say I've ever played it, but we could consider it. Any other considerations, chat? Mill is just shut down by Leyline most of the time. True. This is a true statement. I'm not saying that it's going to win. I'm just asking what you guys would like to see. I think we have time for a full league if we decide relatively soon. We have Modern Cocoa Ball. You could always play my Burn/Mill. Burn/Mill? Intriguing. We could play Marlin Lock. Gideon's Demonic Pact. We have Modern Stacks. We have Devoted Painter. There was the unblockable list with the blue-green land. Blue-green land, unblockable. The Invisible Menace. This one's kind of an interesting deck. We could switcheroo to something like this. This one actually did really well, too. It has swords in it. People like swords. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to make a quick straw poll. List. We're going to do Blue-Black Mill, question mark, Gideon's Demonic Pact, or this Blue-Green Menace with Swords. We have a, it looks fun. Alright. Have at it. I will get these cards ready, possibly. You can see here. Where is that Modern Menace deck? This Invisible Menace did pretty well. We'll add these missing cards to my wish list here, with the idea that we might play this one. Go ahead and vote, though, chat. I did not include fairies, but that fairies is not, in my opinion, not too Monday Mayhem-like. I love Mill, but can't leave Jank hanging. Oh, we have a lot of votes for Menace. Alright, we're doing Menace. Let me rent these cards. Upload, file. Hopefully this won't take long. Go, 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 go. Rent. We're renting through Mana Traders. Mana Traders makes it possible for us to rent things. It looks like it'll take about 1 minute here. We have 7 votes for Blue-Green Menace, so let's get that in the title. Blue-Green Menace Swords. Alright, title has been updated. Title updated. We're going to play Blue-Green Menace with Swords here, chat. I'm getting the cards, 13% of the way getting them. I do appreciate you all tuning in. If you're brand new to the stream and wondering what the heck are we playing on Monday, well, we're playing some kind of crazy decks here. On Monday Mayhem, we play Mayhem decks. We play things that are not necessarily tier 1 here on Monday. If that's not your thing, but you will enjoy Red Prison, we play Red Prison, or also known as Pyro Prison. And we play that predominantly through the week. However, if that is also not your cup of tea, due to how people see my name online and are now starting to fetch basics when they play against me, which is frustrating, we are entertaining a week off of Pyro Prison, and that'll probably be about mid-July here, where we're going to play something totally different for 1 full week and see if we can master a portion of that deck by the end of the week. So if those things interest you, hit that follow button. Join us on our adventure as we learn to be better Magic players in 2018. 61% of the way there on our Mana Traders. Just give us a few more minutes here and we'll have this. I guess it's technically Bant. I can name it Bant. It's technically Bant. It was more blue-green when I initially got the list. I think I added 1 or 2 more Bant things. We'll change the name to Bant. Good call. Good catch. Good catch. 65% of the way there. We're almost there with our cards. Pay Pio Pala. That's an infinite combo. I'm not against infinite combos. Alright, we have our cards inbound here. We'll grab these. Beautiful cards. I made a few changes from the original deck list here. Let's go ahead and go to our other view here, because we do not have the deck list on the side. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have the deck list for this readily available. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let me get rid of the overlay. Where's the overlay? Boom. There we go, since we don't have the other list. I can try to find this list really quick. Let's make sure everything's on the up and up. I do have an image saved somewhere. Let me see if I can find that so I can make the deck list happy. That's Abzan, that's this, Soul Flare. We played it a while ago. I don't see it initially popping out here at me. Give me 1 more second, I'll see if I can find it here. That's Teferi. It doesn't appear I do. MTG Salvation had the list at one point. Let's see here. MTG Salvation, Blue Green, Menace. What was it? Invisible Menace. Let me see if I can grab this real quick. This looks like the deck list. Oh yeah, this is the deck list. Alright, Nightbot, let's update you. That's the wrong link. I appreciate you guys just hanging out just for a moment here. Do Bant, Invisible Menace, Swords. You can hit exclamation point deck list now. That should give you the list. I'm gonna update with all the versions that MTG, Mana Trader, all that good stuff gave us. Alright, so what's this list? Really fast, just to break it down. We're basically trying to play an Invisible Stalker or a Geist of Saint Traft or a Mirroring Crusader. These creatures right here are our best. We also have Spell Queller. We have Hedana's Climb, which makes our creatures mega huge. And then we have some swords to search out with Steel Shaper's Gift. At this point, we also have a Worship, so we're kind of staying on the Worship plan for the night. And then we have lands and such trying to do our thing. Going ahead and get into our next league here with Invisible Menace. And this one should actually not go 0-5 like our previous dream here. This one should have some gas to it. All right, let's get one more league in here. Let's flip the tables here. And let's go, chat. Oh my gosh, this is quite the hand. We'll play Noblest of Hierarchs here, followed by Geist of Saint Traft. We'll go search a breeding pool here with our Misty. Gosh, this is gonna be sweet. All right, man, I do like this deck. Maybe this is the deck we just play for a whole week. It's like really aggressive. All right, Geist of Saint Traft will come out next, and then we'll play Hedana's Climb, possibly Sword after that. We'll see. I'd love to get this down before a Thoughtseize, Inquisition, or a Bolt of some sorts comes here. Ooh, all right. Green-blue from our opponent. Now, every time we play a sword, excuse me, a sword, we have to remind ourselves of what the sword does. Different swords do different things. We're not too familiar with all of them. But we got some good ones currently. So let's go ahead and get down a Geist and pass the turn. So Sword of War and Peace, pro red-white, deals combat damage to a player. Deals damage equal to the number of cards they have in hand. We're playing against Glistener Elf decks though. So Sword of Body and Mind might be better. Blue-green protection and makes wolves to block with. It might just be slightly better. Alright, so we can play the Climb out here. I think the Climb's better because then we can like sword afterwards. And the Climb's gonna like maybe make our opponent halt for a turn. We'll put a counter on our Geist here. We'll hit for 3, 4 with Exalted plus the trigger here. If our opponent really wants to block this in some way, they may go ahead and do so. I have a feeling we're not going to just die out of nowhere next turn, and we can get sword down to get a blocker for our wonderful creatures. The other thing is we can just entertain actually just putting Geist back up to 4 with the Climb as well. This card is sweet. This card is pretty sweet. So we have 2 turns until it's gonna make something huge. Okay, Rancor. I think we just win here. The question is, do they have enough to just kill us here? And the question is, do they have enough with only 1 toughness? I'm gonna go with no, and just hope they don't have mutagenic growths for days. If they've got the turn 3 kill, they've got the turn 3 kill. And they do not. So we should have the kill here in return. Play War and Peace and kill them? Sword of Body and Mind kills them. Good Sword of Body and Mind. Sword of Body and Mind kills him because Noble can't block now. Opponent concedes. We get a turn 4 kill. I guess because it has protection from green and blue, this can't target it. Just a observation there. Alright, what do we got for our opponent? Not a whole lot. I guess bring in a couple of detention spheres here. Lane line's doing nothing. Relic is a question mark here. And Rest in Pieces, because these will prevent a Become Immense. Pride Mage, not doing it here. Stony Silence is a no. And Selfless Spirit is interesting more as like an extra blocker. Are we going to get to Tamio and Nissa? Probably not, so I'll entertain the Spirits here. What else we got going on here? Spellqueller's probably fine. The swords are okay. We're going to get rid of Sword of War and Peace. That one's not going to do a whole lot for us in this matchup. We'll go down a gift. I think Worship's still nuts here. Or sorry, no. Worship's useless because of the... It's not life, it's infect. So Worship's useless. So we have... Let's bring in 3 Selfless, 2 Detention Sphere. 1 Relic? Maybe 1 Rest in Peace. 1 Relic's a draw, though. The Climb's probably just a touch slow here, too. And I can get this Rest in Peace in here. So let's do that. Let's do that. Maybe the Climb is not bad in case we need to grind out, and I'll take out 1 more gift as well. If we happen to draw the swords, they're great, but they're not maybe what we want to be doing because it'll take 3 plus another turn. So we'll do that. All right. Here we have a Spellqueller, Geist, and Hayden's Climb, 3 mana. This is a solid hand. We'll keep this. We'll go fetch Breeding Pool again off of our Misty. Ink Moth. Spellqueller is probably going to come out big here. Probably. Maybe not. Alright, Ink Moth. Funny enough, we don't have really any way to deal with kind of annoying lands. It's an observation. So I'm going to be playing Geist of St. Traft here more than likely. Oh, they're going to get in with Infect here already. There is a case to leave up Spellqueller here, but I think we're going to be okay for 1 turn. I don't see them just blowing us out here. I could be completely wrong, but I think we're okay with this Geist. Well, then from here on out, leave up Spellqueller. Spellqueller can block Inkmoth Nexus in a pinch, but it can also prevent them from just killing us with pump spells. I think we're okay here for 1 turn. Noble Hierarch. Okay. Gonna get Inkmoth back in here. Nothing I can do here. They're down to 4 cards. I would love to play the Climb here, but I think with Noble available here, I need to play safely. So we'll leave Spellqueller available to us. Little 7 damage across to our opponent. We can actually not kill them necessarily. So Rancor's a little bit scary here. a little bit scary. Ranker's scary because it can go over Spell Queller. That would be probably one that I would entertain. However, they're unlikely to Rancor an Ink Moth. That would be a lot of mana to do such things. There is a case for doing this. I actually kind of like getting rid of this with the Spell Queller. Right? There's no, like, conditions right here of... It's 4 or less. No creature conditions or anything, right? I can't tell you how many times, like, a creature clause on a counterspell-esque thing has really messed me up. Alright, so our opponent can't tap down Noble Hierarch because they're just dead. Yeah. Extra Spell Queller is fabulous here. I actually think we just shock in here. 1, 2, 3. I can't play Hedana's Climb. Hedana's Climb. But we can do this. And we can attack with Spell Queller and this and present lethal here. Then if they try to block with Noble and pump Noble to keep Noble alive, we can Spell Queller the result. We then have a blocker for Ink Moth. We're in great shape here. We'll allow damage to resolve here. I think I grab whatever this first spell is here. Yeah, let's just grab this. So they have to play another spell here to save Noble Hierarch. And now they're playing defensive spells. I would love to kill this Noble Hierarch, please. It also takes them off a mana and an Exalted trigger for the Ink Moth. Looks like they might have something. Alright. Alright, our opponent saves themselves here. We do get in 6 damage though, and are presenting potentially lethal in the air. Alright. 3 cards. Exalted trigger, Ink Moth activation plus those. Use Spell Queller to block. I think we're doing A-OK here. We can use Hedana's Climb plus Invisible Stalker to win the game next turn, which feels really good. Feels like we're in the driver's seat here, but we'll see. Boots up Ink Moth. We're gonna snap block here. There's no reason for us to not block here. It's an easy block here. Doesn't even kill Spell Queller just yet here. If they have a way to give this trample or something, maybe, but that'd be asking a lot. Nice. So the next play was Hedana's Climb onto Invisible Stalker. Exalted plus that would get him for 3. Our draw was going to be a Selfless Spirit, which is nice because that would actually be a spell we can cast to block the flying creatures. A little 2-0. 2-0 against Infect, chat. If you watched the events this weekend, you might know why Infect is being played. Let's teach Infect a lesson, chat. Looks like we're just a hair faster than them. This deck is sweet though. You get to play your swords. That's always a sweet thing. Honestly, this would be one of those that if Stoneforge were ever to be unbanned, I would probably really entertain the idea of this list with it. But the Steel Shapers does the trick. Does the trick. Alright, we have no fast Noble Hierarch here, but we do have Serum and an Invisible Stalker plus swords. So So we'll go ahead and keep. We also have the scry here. Uh-oh. Alright. Against Tron, it appears. Land is okay. No land. We'll shock in here. Serum Visions. Noble Hierarch is a turn late here. We'll go ahead and put Noble on top here. Our opponent exiles our Serum Visions. Alright. There's this tower. It's looking really bad for us. Spellqueller might be too slow here. We got a couple invisible stalkers. Well, a couple too many, honestly. A couple too many. I need to turn the light on out in the area. Hold on. Turning lights on. Lights. Now we're not in the dark, dog. You did it. Yeah, I know you're having a good nap. I know you're having a good nap. The dog was sleeping. All right, we're gonna go ahead and run out Noble. It's not a whole lot of pressure. I don't think I want to use this gift. I don't want to really give away that that's what we're doing here. We also have the Sword of War and Peace anyway. Our opponent has Natural Tron. Drawing. I mean, I guess that's a good sign for us, that they didn't just jam Karn. Jamming Karn would have been the end of the road. Extra relic here. Oh, stone. Okay. Well, we don't have to commit too much to the board here. Tamiyo's pretty sweet. I guess I don't mind putting a invisible stalker down here and then just getting in for 1 damage. O-Stone makes it really, really hard for us to do a whole lot. I guess one thing we could do is play Tamiyo down, and we can shut off O-Stone for 2 turns. Not that that's great. Okay. Not a whole lot from our opponent so far. Not that we're doing a whole lot either. I guess because they're drawing a whole bunch, maybe we consider this Spell Queller here. At any time they can just blow this O-Stone though. We'll hold up Spell Queller. Really isn't, we're not we're not clocking our opponent for very much damage here. Alright. We find another land. I guess I can attempt a Sword of War and Peace here. I mean, it's not very good against our opponent's deck here. The other thing we can do is feign a counter spell of some sorts. Maybe we just do that. Geist of Saint Traft. We can put on the top, and the Spell Queller also on the top here. We'll just act like we got everything on top of the deck. We got everything, opponent. Sanctum of Ugin. No real plays from our opponent. I think to sort of force the issue, I'll flash in a Spell Queller here. We'll get him for 3. Alright, we're gonna try to land Tamiyo here and see if our opponent reacts to Tamiyo. If they don't really, maybe we can get this O-Stone. We'll tap our own Invisible Stalker and the O-Stone and just see if that buys us enough time here. Looks like they might pop this now. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. Chromatic Sphere. This is stuff I'd like to be targeting with Spell Queller. Prevent them from drawing. That being said, maybe they won't find a threat. Maybe. What do we want here? Running lands wouldn't be bad. I guess our Geist of St. Traft here isn't too bad as well. That we have underneath the Spell Queller that I drew. Sylvan Scrying. Our opponents found lots of lands, but not anything to do with them just yet. Oh, now they have World Breaker. Alright. And now they can go get something and take us off a land. Alright, we're going to concede to whatever they reveal here. Yeah, we can't fight that. Alright. We can't fight that because next turn they cast this with now a problem. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we have a Geist of St. Traft on top. Alright. Stony Silence is good here. Solid Pride Mage is fine, and D-Sphere is interesting to me. Worship is bad. This Nis is not very good. I don't even think Tamiyo is very good here. I want to be aggressive. Might even consider a path or 2 out. Let's take a path out and a gift out. Bring these 6 in, these 6 out. We'll submit. There's a case for Selfless Spirit, although they don't do a lot of removing, they do a lot of exiling. We could run into a Walking Ballista, but then they can just ping our spirit, we have to sack it, and then they can just ping off a lot of our creatures. A lot of our creatures are only like 2 to 3 toughness, so it wouldn't be hard for a Walking Ballista to kill them. We just gotta be a little bit quicker against it. Exactly. Be aggressive. We need that aggro plan. Exactly, Huge Elf Boy. By the way, how are you doing today? Welcome to Monday Mayhem. Alright, what do we have here? I don't think we have an explosive enough start here. We don't even have green to cast this. We're going to mulligan. Alright, we're going to keep this. We can draw a land. That's fine. We will entertain actually desphearing a expedition map here. Star, I probably won't. Alright. We'll play Noble. We'll play Temple Garden. We're going to use Steel. The question is, which one of these do we want? I mean, they're going to have probably quite a few cards in their hands still. Do we want to be drawing cards, though? Making creatures? Fire and Ice is pretty solid, too. We're trying to kill our opponent fast. I guess Fire and Ice is fine here. Drawing cards is good. See, we get to play our swords. So we won't be able to attach this coming turn, but the following turn we can. About the only thing that might stop us here is maybe like a Geist of St. Traft. Please don't be Sylvan Scrying. Sylvan Scrying. Oh, goodness. Alright, so they have Tron. We do not. Luckily, I guess, if they were to play Karn here and they get rid of like Sword of Fire and Ice, we have a Detention Sphere. And maybe that's all they're doing? Maybe this is a Wormcoil though? Why Wormcoil? I guess the D Sphere is fine here. Ooh, okay, hold on. We attach, right? One for 2, right? Yeah, 2. And we can D-sphere this. And it doesn't die. Goodbye. Unfortunately, we can't Stony this expedition map, but we'll just go with it. An extra D-sphere is really good here. Extra D-sphere. Woohoo! What a draw. Alright. Come at me, Karn. I believe in you, Karn. That's a great top deck, by the way. If they have another Wormcoil, we're good here. Cracking an expedition map to go get like Tower here gives them 6, 7, 8 mana, which is scary. But it's not 10. I think we just gotta accept. Ooh, Forest. Okay, okay. Okay, Worldbreaker? Thragtusk. Leaves battlefield. Mild problem, because it has to leave battlefield. D-sphere. So D-sphere plus path would be good here. We don't find D-sphere plus path. We can D-sphere this, though. Stony Silence acts awkwardly if they can like get rid of our Noble Hierarch that the sword is attached to. But Stony Silence also prevents a top deck Oblivion Stone, something to consider. I guess I don't want to lose my Noble Hierarch here. So it leaves. I'm gonna enter combat here. We get the Noble Hierarch triggers. Potentially heading for 4 here. Do I want to play this Stony Silence? I guess I need to. And we'll just hope they don't have a way to kill Noble Hierarch here. 2, 4, 6. They have 10 mana, so they have Ulamog mana. And they are tapping quickly. Alright, Ugin's gonna basically end us here. Oh, Ugin. They get Wormcoil and Thragtusk back. Smile for the camera, chat. Thank goodness we got another Stony Silence. We're taking 11 plus the Spirit. That'll do it, chat. Plus the Spirit Dragon. It's 14 exactly. 14 exactly. Tron beating us. 0-2. We beat Infect 2-0 though, chat. Flip-flop. Flip-flop and meta. We'll stay the course though. Being aggressive. Trying to go under our opponents. It was a reasonably explosive hand, but not explosive enough. Alright, we won the die roll. We're against Nathan M, and we'll go ahead and choose to play first. This was a fantastic hand until this was just the plains, unfortunately. We'll mulligan. This is a bad hand too. We'll mulligan this as well. Alright, we'll keep this. We'll put the Serum Visions on top. That's fine. Noble of Hierarch and pass the turn. Some quick mulligans there. Let's see if they decide to bolt the bird here. Okay, Thought seizes us. Gets to take a path. Not a bad thing to take, I suppose. So we're going to fetch with Flooded Strand before cracking this Serum Visions, not to mess up our scry here. Especially if we want both cards. So we'll fetch. We need white mana here in case Noble Hierarch eats the bin here. So we'll go get our Hallowed Fountain. Untapped. We'll do untapped. We'll play here. Geist is good to see. We'll bottom the plains. We'll top the Serum Visions here. See if we can get this Geist down before it gets eaten up here. I've been doing pretty good with my Martyr Proc list. First time I won a round 1-0-1 versus Green White Value Town. Sounds pretty good. Young Pyro shows up here. Well, we're probably not attacking in. We'll start with Serum Visions here. Another Geist. We'll bottom the island. We'll top the path. I guess Geist isn't bad, especially with a path here. If they can't do too much with their Young Pyro here, we might be able to get in. Geist of St. Traft will be a 3-3 if Noble Hierarch sticks around. Hey, Steek. How you doing, Steek? What's up, Steek? What are you doing? How you doing? Them killing Geist of St. Traft is going to be interesting, though. Faithless Looting. That's a good start. Doing well, doing well. Nice. Young Pyro should come blazing in, I would think, but chooses not to here. Second main we're at. Shock's in here. I'm at parents' house and don't have volume very high. My dad is watching baseball. What team is he rooting for in baseball? What is it? Yeah. What is his team of choice? Volume's not very high. I say hello. White Sox. Can Steek and I be friends anymore? This is a question. Collective Brutality is not going to do a whole lot, but it does get rid of Noblest of Hierarchs. I get to see this Geist of St. Traft here. I am going to go ahead and path away the Pyromancer and get in for damage. He will probably lose, though. Fair enough. Question is, do they have a discard spell? We'll go ahead and get in so we get him to 4, taking him to 7. I'm not a fan of White Sox. I'm just saying. Alright, they're going to trade here. We get him for 4. That's good for our opponent, that trade, but it also clears the board, which is great for us. Takes them to 7. See, I'm an Astros fan. We're just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna talk about history here today. We're talking about Magic, not history. Opponent's got a Faithless Looting sitting here in the yard. They can use that. Looks like, oh, a Bedlam Reveler. Alright, so Bedlam Reveler is a bit of a pain, but it's not the end of the world. They have 1 mana open here, maybe another one from the hand. Faithless Looting? Okay. A little surprised they didn't save the Faithless Looting till their turn here. I guess a Worship off the top wouldn't be bad. Play Geist of St. Traft and then try to draw a land to get it down. Spell Queller is interesting. We'll jam Geist out here. Our opponent's at 2 cards. And them attacking in is kind of dangerous if they have no way to block. Today's Monday Mayhem Steak, and that's when we play a non-tier deck. In this case, we played a blue-white deck earlier, and we kind of went 0-5. And so then we asked chat, and we're ended up at a blue-green menace that someone remembered me playing about probably 3 months ago. So we're doing that. And this will be the last league of the night, but we're only into game, or match 3 here. So we got at least 2 more matches after this one. Alright, opponent K commands us. Return target creature card from graveyard. Target player discards a card. Our opponent is reading our mind like crazy. Not that Spell Queller could stop a Bedlam Reveler, which is what they got back. They can't attack us. Invisible Stalker's not a bad draw here. Alright, we have them on a 7-turn clock. It's kind of long. Let's see here. If we attack in right now, what happens? We get in 4 damage, so it's a 3-turn clock. Let's do that. I like this. I do see a Lightning Helix in the yard, so they could have another one. I like this, though, getting them to 3 here. That makes Invisible Stalker much more lethal here in the next 3 turns. I suppose another Invisible Stalker would be great. A sword would be okay. Collective Brutality. They're going to gain some life. Alright, alright. I respect. We're going to... Go into 11. They're at 5. Bedlam Reveler. A Geist of St. Traft would be good here. Another Invisible Stalker. A sword wouldn't be bad. There's a couple things that are good here. Tamiyo is not good. I guess if we draw, we get to tap down both Revelers. We're just kind of hoping they don't just kill us right here. Hope is they don't kill us right here. They have 2 Faithless Lootings. An Inquisition makes them 4/4s. A Faithless Looting from the yard plus 1 other spell will do it here. What type of deck is this? This is like an aggressive deck. It's an aggro-based deck. There's a Faithless Looting. They are 5/5s here. They are looking to become 6/6s. If they can. If they become 6/6s, we concede. Did they find the 1 mana spell they need? Or do we get 1 more turn? Alright, they found it. These will be 6/6s. They attack for 12. Our next card, if it'll show us, I can explain them. We can do that. Rest in Peace is really good. Relic's pretty good. I don't have a whole lot for other cards. We'll bring Ley Lines in, and probably Detention Spheres is a maybe. We'll take Nissa, Tamiyo out. Culligan's Command. Culligan's Command. It's Artifact, right? It's not enchantment? Destroy target artifact. Alright. We'll leave Worships in then. This is protection from black and from green. That's not very good. It's not red. Sword of Fire and Ice is fine here. Sword of Body and Mind's not very good. Sword of War and Peace is fine as well. So those 2 are the swords I want. I can go down 1 gift. I think I can go down 1 Crusader here. And maybe like a pair of Spell Quellers. Do these 6 plus 1 D-Sphere if I need it. Seems fine to me. I'm so noob. Leyline is an important card here because it won't let them target us. Rest in Peace gets rid of the graveyard, which is really good. Alright, this is a fine hand. We'll keep this. We'll fetch a Breeding Pool off of Flooded Strand here, and we'll use Serum Visions. Leyline, though, is going to be great. So this one just doesn't let them target us because we'll have Hexproof. Pretty good. We'll fetch a Breeding Pool here. Actually, I need white. I need to go get a Hollowed Fountain. We'll have to wait on the Breeding Pool. Serum Visions. Climb. We can bottom Flooded Strand. We'll top the Forest. We don't need the 4th land just yet because we don't have a hexproof creature. So we'll wait to see if we can get a hexproof creature for this lovely worship. They could also make us a discard at some point. So we'll have to watch that. No turn 1 play from our opponent. We'll go ahead and play our Forest and just... Honestly, it might be just worth it to use this gift right now. We have nothing else going on this turn. And we'll go get probably Sword of Body, or Sword of Fire and Ice. The idea here is we can Spell Queller. And then Sword of Body and Ice. Sorry, Fire and Ice. Body and Mind is the other one. Alright, we'll see if this is good old Young Pyro, and it is. Alright, so here I'm going to try to gobble up a spell that's played with the Spell Queller, with the idea that Climb can come right after and boost our Spell Queller here. We'll see if we can do this. That's the hope. We'll see if we can do this. I would entertain gobbling up by Faithless Looting. I'd entertain it. I don't know if I would, though. It's tough to say I would pull that trigger. This could be Lingering Souls. Lingering Souls would actually probably be the best card to see here. So we can go ahead and linger up here. The Climb is good here because we can actually get this out of bolt range, which is probably where I want to be. And we'll do that. And we're just going to attack him for 3. No worries in the world. If we draw another land, we can Sword plus Equip up, which really gives our Spell Queller a lot of protection and helps us remove their board. So we're kind of hoping for a land off the top. They could have just like a Terminator Dreadbore. Alright, and they do, and they're going to get a lot of tokens and all that good stuff out of here. Alright, so Invisible Stalker needs to come down and along with this Worship. So we'll see if we can do that for ourselves. We're probably not too far away from still winning, so we'll just keep that in mind. Leyline's going to keep us alive here. Opponent Inquisitions themselves to get a token. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So now we know they have a Blood Moon and a Lingering Souls. Blood Moon's scary for us because of Worship. So we're going to get Worship down first. And then we have Invisible Stalker plus Sword. And I think we can win from there. Blood Moon's scary, though. A good reason to fetch a basic. I think if they would have played Blood Moon there, we would have lost. I guess at the same time, they've got to get rid of my... got to get rid of my other stuff. Alright, down to 6 here. We need our creature out. And hope they don't have, like, Liliana. Liliana the Veil would be probably the only card I don't want to see here. We'll see if they make us a discard at all. Our opponent's hesitant to play cards, which is good. Blood Moon? Lingering Souls, alright. Let's see here. So we have Invisible Stalker plus Invisible Stalker here. I like this line, because we can still do Sword plus. And we actually get to make these like 2/2s when they attack. And this avoids the big problem. This avoids the big problem of a Liliana. At least for a turn. Looks like we're going to 1. Hopefully no way to get rid of Worship here. That's fine, we'll go to 1. Maybe we'll get this to flip. That'd be kind of fun. We can play Sword of Fire and Ice onto the other Invisible Stalker here. Oh, don't have a Wear and Tear. Okay. Woo! Woo! Oh, look, Blood Moon. Hey, they got rid of Blood Moon. Alright. Blood Moon's a solid card. A second Worship wouldn't be bad either here. Just to have a backup. Faithless Looting. I do like this, though. We can put the Sword of Fire and Ice on this Stalker and then pump this one up. We can get in for a good, what, 5 damage? 5, 6? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 damage. Plus a draw and kill a Young Pyro or something? Or go for their face? Going for their face makes it lethal on the following turn. We could also potentially transform this, which would be the first time I've ever transformed it. Which would be pretty sweet. Which would be very sweet. Alright. I'm not bothering with the Serum Visions here. This hooked up to Invisible Stalker here should be game in 1 more turn. This also gives it pro red in case that's necessary. Triggers over here. We attack. Hit for 6 plus 2. Puts them to good healthy 6 as well. Opponent's fetching. Searching for answers. Alright, opponent's got to have it here. We're at 1. Oh no, they're paying for something. Okay. Whenever we cast a non-creature spell, we lose life. I'm not going to cast any more spells. We're going to just hit for damage. This will flip too. I'm really excited if they allow us to do this. This would be great. So this gets plus X where that's the power. So this will be a 4/4 and becomes an 8/8. Dang. Alright. Sideboard. Alright. Is there anything we want to change here? I don't think so. The Detention Sphere is interesting. Maybe we just bring in another Spell Queller. It's interesting because we can get rid of a bunch of tokens if we need to, but it's also really bad if they just kill the token we go after. It is a way for us to deal with Bedlam Reveler though, so we probably just need to leave it in. I gotta just go as is. Leyline did a lot of work there, I think. So maybe we can find another Leyline. Alright, opponent's probably going to go first. Like I said, a Leyline in the opener would be really good to prevent us from discard. I have a feeling they'll have a few discards. We'll see. 1 lander. Noble Hierarch is kind of questionable here. KU Cosmic, thank you for the follow. I don't think we can keep a 1 lander. We're gonna mulligan. We don't even have white. Noble can die to a lot of things. Couple paths here. This isn't very good either. We'll mulligan this as well. We're kind of now starting to look for kind of something to win quickly with. Alright, we'll keep this. Oh, ley line. We'll bottom ley line. So if we don't get discarded for the first 2 turns, we can get a Rest in Peace down. That would really slow our opponent. It looks like they're going to Faithless Looting. That's a good start for us. I will lead with Noble Hierarch, hoping that Noble Hierarch stays around. And if Noble Hierarch doesn't, we do now have mana for Rest in Peace here. Alright. The play this coming turn probably is Serum Visions plus Rest in Peace. Alright. Don't have Thoughtseize, don't have Thoughtseize. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. They're kind of going really hard at their graveyard here, so this Rest in Peace will hopefully be a nice stop to that. Empties the graveyard here. Alright. We're a little behind on mana. That's okay, though. We could really use blue. I think we have to keep this path up for their stuff. If they were to kill this Noble Hierarch in any fashion, I just have to allow it to resolve. We'll see, though. Young Pyro. Alright, we'll go to our turn. Invisible Stalker here is kind of a good card for us. We're gonna Serum Visions here. Maybe hit our blue source. We do. We actually like all of this. We can play this out, play Invisible Stalker, leave a path. And then what do we want? We want Hayden's Climb. Probably right after that. Alright, so we're going to play Invisible Stalker. Invisible Stalker should not die really to anything. We can play Hayden's Climb, or Hadana's Climb, and boost our Invisible Stalker. And then we have this path. A Tear here. I suppose that's not terrible for us. We actually don't really need to path this Young Pyro. We're going to leave path in hand in case they have something. I think Worship is probably the next thing I play here, especially with this Tarragon. And I just take this damage. The Climb can come later. Shoot. Okay. So the Climb can't show up here. We're going to go ahead and path our own Noble Hierarch to go get a Plains here. We're in a little bit of trouble here. But this Plains will hopefully save us. No black for our opponent. Alright. We'll play this Worship. Alright, we're 19 turns away, chat. We'll see if our opponent can kill us. We're just going to accept the fate that we're going to 1. We just need to start hitting them in the face and I guess hope we draw a sword. Sort of Fire and Ice would be fabulous. Alright, we're going to 10. I do like our mountains. They are very pretty. Play the Blood Moon, die by the Blood Moon. Although nothing's indicating we're dying here so far, so. They have to find a way for us to sack a creature. Spell Queller is a non-castable card at the moment. Finding one of our islands would be good. We are aggressive with our mana just because we want to hit... Uh-oh, what is this? Ooh, okay. I will discard this card. There's not much I'm doing with it. In we go. 16 turns to go. Like I said, looking for... Luckily, we can actually get one of our gifts. Steel Shaper gifts. I play mono red with white splash. Exactly, it's mono red with a white splash. And we nailed it. We got our one white splash. Can't play that card. It's a great card. Can't play it. Pass turn. 15 turns. It's exactly what we're doing. Mono red prison with Invisible Stalker Worship package. I guess we can start holding lands in case they have discard spells. We don't really want to keep discarding Serum Visions and such. We'll see if they have another Wear and Tear. I have a feeling that is their out. However, they'll need to find their white mana as well. So we're looking good. Collective Brutality kills me. That is true. It is a loss of life. That is true. So finding an island plus Spell Queller would be great. Finding an island would be a great thing first, though. You're correct. Collective Brutality will kill me. So 2 of in their deck normally. They don't usually play 4. Bedlam Reveler. That Bedlam Reveler costs a lot, man. Alright, they get to dig a little further here. Looking for Collective Brutality. Path is a funny card. Path gets us out of this problem. At the same time, it doesn't, though. They have black open right now. Maybe we just path our own Invisible Stalker, get blue, and play the other. I'm gonna go that line. We're going for it. It's a good line, chat. Get our blue mana here. Oh no, it comes in tapped. Oh, we punted. Oh, whatever. We need to do that at their end step. We're good. We can punt all we want here. Let's draw a card. Oh my gosh, sword was right there too. It's Monday Mayhem, chat. The punts are alive. Please punt check me, please. Please. We thought that line was really clever. This is why we don't play. This is why we play mono red. Can't focus on what path does. Alright, we'll keep this against our unknown opponent here. It appears to be burn. I need one more punt. Please keep me accountable, chat. I need to be held accountable for what I do. By the way, these are... I maybe should have considered this hand a little more. Reatherd's all about it. He's like, give this Fluffy a punt. Thank you, Zaxadillo. Thank you. You fine people. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Alright, we're hitting our land drops, that's for sure. Ooh, laggy. Alright. We'll jam out Geist of the Saint of Traffs. I kind of want to hit a Worship here. Worship would be great. Not sure a burn opponent can beat a Worship. Spell Queller is not a bad one. Another Eidolon here. Oh boy. I guess I get in with Geist of Saint Traft here. The 3/3 plus 4 takes our opponent to 10. We can block with Noble Hierarch plus a Spell Queller if we need to. We take 4 by doing that. Opponent needs to be careful here. Let's let attacks happen here. Oh, this isn't even lethal. We'll just block. This isn't even lethal. Another Eidolon here. My gosh. Wow. So I just need a worship off the top, I think. We'll allow this to resolve. Right? I guess if I were to play this in, I go to 2 if they have a castable spell. They kill me. It's a lot of Eidolons. My punt is well earned, thank you. I play this in, I go to 2. Any spell off the top kills me. I don't cast it now. I can't cast another card unless it is worship. Just worship off the top. That's it. Alright, we're going to allow this to resolve. I guess they go to 6 here. Cast it. They're at 6. They go to 2. I go to 2. We're dead either way. I'm not dead if I draw a worship. I die to a bolt. Cast and win. I die to any 1-drop here. So if they have a 2, I win, but if they have a 1-drop, they haven't played too many 1-drops here. Worship is out either way. Worship's an out completely. If I allow this to resolve, they can't cast a spell. They die to bolt. They die to bolt unless I do this right now. If I do this right now in response, they kill me. I guess we're gonna try that line. If it's bolt and only bolt. If it's not bolt right now, our opponent looks like they F6'd. We'll take this spell. So say if it's... Okay. I guess it doesn't matter if it was bolt or lava spike, because lava spike still kills us here. Our draw was a hallowed fountain. Alright, so that was the line. Alright, ley lines, get in here. What, D-spheres? Tamio, Nissa out. The climbs are out in this matchup. The swords are probably really bad as well here. I guess I can leave 1 sword of fire and ice. We'll take a... We'll leave 2 swords in, I guess. The ones that protect from red. And we'll take some gifts out. Bring these cards in here. I can bring in, I guess, 1 more gift. This all seems okay. Alright, we'll keep this. This is a fine hand. We'll go get... well, we'll see. See if we need to get anything. Steel Shapers out. Like, they'll help me get that... what we need. Our opponent mold as well. Let's see here. So we're going to fetch nothing here. We'll play Sanctum and a Serum Visions. We'll bottom both of these. We don't need any more lands. Alright. That's a good one here. D-Sphere in case they play another Swift Spear here. Invisible Stalker will be the next one here. I was trying to type that while you were taking the swords out. All the swords out. Who needs those? Mirror Crusader is kind of nice here because it has pro black and green. It's really good, you know, solid card. Is Stalker even worth it here? It almost isn't. It's almost just worth it just to wait. Our opponent's at 3 cards. I like D-Sphere on this and then like Geist. I like not taking the 2 extra damage for playing Invisible Stalker here. Invisible Stalker is going to get them for maybe 3-ish damage. Opponent shocks. Helix or Boros Charm here. Boros Charm. We're taking going to 10, it looks like. Looks like even more here. Alright, we're at 10 here. A Rift Bolt is suspended here. Okay, so Rift Bolt's suspended. We have all the colors we need. I don't want to shock or even fetch at all. I guess we're taking 3. Is Monday Mayhem meant to lose the tickets we gain during the rest of the week? I mean, the Queller's like, okay. I guess quelling the Rift Bolt's fine. We take 2. We can block an Eidolon. I guess that's the line. We'll quell the Rift Bolt and we have a blocker. It's an alright line. Nothing fabulous with it though. All the triggers. Trigger, trigger, trigger. We're going to take 2 from Eidolon anyway for casting something. We'll just hope they have no way to get rid of Spell Queller and get... I mean, bolt this, hit Rift Bolt, and they get the extra cast here would be kind of miserable. I think we just block here. Alright, so they had Searing Blaze. We go to 4 here. This is miserable. The other line. Can't even fetch. Puts me in lethal. I guess we'll D-sphere here, the Eidolon. With a little bit of the idea that maybe we can play Invisible Stalker and Geist of Saint Trapped and not die to a burn spell right here. Alright. Burn, burn, burn. Burn, 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 burn. I think everything's fine here. We'll take the extra gift out and bring in another Body of Mind. I almost don't like these Mirroring Crusaders. Actually, let's bring in a Climb instead of that Body of Mind. The Body of Mind adds things that can be targeted. Trying to keep ourselves from being targeted would be ideal. Alright, would I like to play first? Yes. We have a Leyline and Shaper. Yeah, we're just going to keep this. This is fine. Leyline's really strong here. It'll buy us time. Maybe they'll run out a bunch of Goblin guys or something. Our opponent concedes immediately seeing the Leyline. Concedes immediately. We had nothing happening for a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns. 6 turns, and then we get to suit up one of these. But I'll take my quick win against Burn. I'll take it. Maybe they didn't expect a Leyline there because we were so creature heavy. I'm not sure why they would not expect one from a white deck, but Maybe they just didn't bring in something to deal with it. Alright, we're against Pappen. We have... Oh, alright. We're going to keep this. This is solid. We can go get a basic forest in case of blood moons. But we have a Nissa here, and Nissa's kind of interesting. I wanted to... Ooh, alright, and we're against elves here. Perfect. Alright. In this case, I will fetch a basic forest. Not because of any blood moons, but just to preserve our life total. And this is going to be interesting, though. Alright, so they have enough elves for a druid here. Question is, what are they going to follow this up with? Elvish Visionary, draw a card. I think Worship's pretty good against our opponent. Nettle Sentinel as well. I think I don't mind leaving up Spell Queller here, in case they try to play a really nasty creature, being the Elf Lords. Alright. Our opponent just swings in with the crowd here. We're not going to block anything. I use Pendelhaven here. Go ahead and flash in Spell Queller here. Just have another body on the board here. The climb is interesting. We may need the Invisible Stalker though. We could also do a Scry here. Put it on 2 and hopefully Scry into a creature. Well, scrying, let's see here. We're gonna go... Yeah, let's get Nissa down here. Let's just put her down here for 1. X is 1. And then we'll scry here, and we have 2 blockers. And we'll see if they want to go after Nissa at all. We can maybe set up something here. Bottom, and I think I can go ahead and put this on top as a draw. And maybe with that draw, we can set up something for Nissa to be able to grab a Spell Queller or maybe a Geist or something. Elvish Visionary has been revealed. They'll play Elvish Visionary. All right. They can play a whole lot here. A little nervous. A little nervous here. Heritage Druid tapped. 3 mana. Oh boy. Is this the Elf Lord? Please don't be the Elf Lord. Zuri. Alright. It's not the worst Elf Lord, I suppose. 2, 3. Uh-oh. Lead the Stampede. Okay. We're not too bad just yet. Shaman of the Pact is a problem. Guess they can't cast Shaman of the Pact just yet. Nettle. Dwynen's elite probably here. Yep. Are they just going for the kill here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This will be 11. Kills us here? What is this? Target opponent loses life. So we'll get ley lines in here. That lead the Stampede was probably spot on for them. We'll go to 0. So we're gonna draw. We're gonna draw and then get to scry these 2 cards. We're gonna get to play Mirren Crusader and then bring Mirren Crusader in. But alas, we did not. All right. I think ley lines and detention spheres are good here. I think this is, again, the 2 planeswalkers come out here. The gifts are probably out, and probably Sword of War and Peace. We'll bring ley lines in and detention spheres for removal. We'll do those little shimmy shammies. Little switcheroo here. Alright, I would of course like to play first. We'll keep this hand. This is very good against our opponent. We'll look for a Hallowed Fountain off of probably this Misty here. And I don't even mind doing that now, so I can go, let's see here, Hallowed Fountain. I don't need to be pathing immediately here. I can path at their upkeep. Llanowar Elves. Alright, upkeep here. We'll go ahead and get a, let's see here. I need another white source, so we'll get Temple Garden here. And at their upkeep, I'm going to go ahead and just path this to slow things down. I don't want things getting out of hand too fast here. Maybe they'll put 2 1-mana creatures out that are the same, and D-Sphere will get really good. Nettle Sentinel. Maybe 2 Nettle Sentinels. That'd be fine with me. Oh, nope, not quite. Alright. Spell Quellers for days. I think I just leave a Spell Queller up here. I think that's fine. They can get in for their 2 damage that they're probably going to attack with. Spell Queller seems reasonable here. Home Queller. Oh. He is here. Look at that spirit. Yeah, I play elves and I smell a Coco. There's not much I can do about that. Not a whole lot I can do about that. Llanowar Elves. Why would you path a mana elf? Save it to pay off elf-like druid or Azuri. Because I have 2 spell quellers and we were trying to avoid them from playing things on the turn 2 that we didn't want them to play. Am I playing a Geist out here and just watching it disappear? We also had D-Sphere for another threat. Maybe our opponent will. Opponent's choosing not to here. It's going to be hard to hold for Collected Company when we're dead in 4 turns. I guess any play here I'll entertain. So if they have... We'll just say if they have a land plus Collected Company, then they got me. Yeah, a good last 2 cards. Alright, Elvish Visionary. I'm not thinking they have Collected Company at this point. I might jam a Geist of St. Traft here. I kind of want to. I need to get a clock on our opponent. Let's do that. Like, this is good too. But I think this is fine as well. Probably not attacking here. We'll just leave some blockers back. Crusader. Geist of St. Traft kind of threatens if they attack me, I attack them for a lot. Because pro green. I mean, it's a fair card too. I kind of like just doing this and then just like throwing Geist in for the heck of it at our opponent. Dwynen's elite from our opponent. The scariest thing that we have to worry about right now is probably Shaman of the Pact. Alright, there's our Collected Company. So they did have it. Azuri plus Elvish Visionary. So we're going to have to de-sphere Azuri here probably. And pro black. It is the pros. Plays are Mystic as well, so we want to get rid of this Azuri with this Detention Sphere here. An extra Detention Sphere is kind of interesting. Because we just lose if we leave Azuri there. Alright, we'll go ahead and get rid of Azuri here. I think we still have to play defense. We may entertain just throwing Geist of St. Traft in here. And it trades. If we do that, then they come back at us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They come back at 8. They come back 8, 6. If we throw Geist in here. Puts us to 6. And just chump with 1. So it's better to hold Geist back for like an elite here. And take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 still. It's a matter of 1 point of damage. One point of damage. We get in for 4. Puts them to 16. It's not very good. Alright, we'll hold back. We would go to 5 instead. Maybe they just draw a land off the top. Nothing too crazy, hopefully. Maybe an Elvish Mystic. That would be okay with us. Hopefully no payoff card. Yeah, they have a lot of outs. They have a lot. I'm not denying that. They've gotten to go wide on us here. Alright, so no initial play here. Opponent spins themselves in here. I think we just block. Trying to preserve our life total here. Go to 6. As mentioned, we'd be at 5 or 6. Alright. So I can de-sphere some stuff away with the hope that what they have in hand is not instant speed and they're just holding a land. Or I can wait with Spell Queller. I have to literally almost just use it. I guess I guess I have to hold the Spell Queller here. And just hope that they cast something to use it against. And if they don't, I'll have to flash it into block. So I can flash it into block. I block Llanowar Elves and token here. I can then use D-Sphere on something. I go to 1 here. Block. If I were to block here, D-Sphere, and then I have enough blockers. If I don't block here, I kill whatever they put into play here. I only have 1 blocker and too many things coming back. The play has to be casting it now, unfortunately. I don't think I have another out. We have to block Llanowar plus this elf over here. And just hope they're like holding 2 dead cards in hand. Go to 2. 1 was a land. The other was Archdruid. Right on time, Botanical Sanctum. Alright, so... we're just dead. Actually, this is double strike. So we actually... what is our line here? Our line is Mirran Crusader is played. We hope that they attack with everything. And if they do, we attack block with Mirran Crusader to the Archdruid. And they're not pumped anymore. That is our line. It is the only line it appears to be. The hope is they attack with all, thinking, oh, 3 creatures and just jam in here. They do. Perfect. Alright. Block here. We'll block here. And block here. Oh, this still kills us, doesn't it? It's not enough. It's not enough, chat. Because we're at 2. That was close. Math was off by 1. We almost got there. Almost got there, chat. Almost got there. Oh, elves. Elves is a tough one. Alright. We played some Blue-Green Menace, as it was called by the creator. Just very difficult creatures to block. We also played a little bit of... where is the other one? The other one that we did miserable on tonight. Near Death Karma we also played, which was an against the odds as well. Needing to get to 1 life or trying to worship and karma out our opponents. Neither of which worked very well. The Menace list is probably a little more powerful, I would say. Where'd it go? A little more powerful. It has some cool things going on with it as well. I'll pull this one back up on the screen if you'd like to take a screenshot. You can also look at the deck list by doing exclamation deck list for this one. The other one was at the beginning of the video, so if you just want to look at the archive when it's set there, you can see what the other list was as well. That's going to wrap it up for the night, chat. We got 2 leagues in, 2 Monday Mayhems in. We're not sure if we're going to continue Monday Mayhem. We're thinking of other options, so you may see some other versions or just normal Red Prison. We're going to take a week off in terms of not playing Red Prison at some point this month, and we'll figure out what deck we're going to play in its place. Normally we're playing Red Prison, but tonight, and like most Monday nights, we're playing Pyro Prison. That being said and all that, we're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to throw you over to Avaros. Avaros, myself, and then Bruce Spy, I think, are starting to like hand off each other. So if you guys don't mind joining me in a raid on over there, I would very much appreciate it. And if he's not playing a deck that is your thing, just say hello and then move on for your evening with that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, your support, your follows, your subs, everything, your chatting. We'll see you next time here on the stream. That'll be tomorrow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's send you over to Ivaros. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Take care and peace out.